Okay, so in today's video, we're going to go over a custom tactic that has been very much underlooked from the beginning of day one. And everyone's neglected it, but of course I haven't. And that is slow build-up play. Probably one of the best tactics inside the game, and I'm going to show you an in-game example of me using it. And there's multiple reasons why it's so effective. It's very effective for pressing, but if you take into account the average players, let's say you watch this video, you're trying to get better at FIFA, or maybe you're just a viewer of mine. But the most important thing is a lot of players don't realize that when your opponent starts rushing the play, it indirectly forces you to rush your play. And the benefit of this tactic, although it seems almost irrelevant to some extent, right? Even if you are winning or whether you're losing, when you're winning is better because you can slow the game down. But when you build up, it gives you more time to think. And this is why it's so effective. These are the tactics and basically what everyone on balance, basically. I'm just going to put these guys on stay back like this. These guys will come back in defense and put stay central, both strikers, and stay forward cam. And the reason why I'm doing this is to show you that a lot of it is down really to do with how it makes you play when you get the ball back. And the benefit of this is that it builds up slowly, so it gives you more time and space to it. Because everyone has this urge thinking, oh yeah, I need to run forward. Now, you can still do that. People think, oh, slow build-up play means you're so lethargic or so slow. No, it's actually the opposite. You actually have more attacking opportunities because players are closer towards you. I want to show you something very, very quickly. That's Team of the Year Kante's, Daddy Need the Foot. Let's say, for example, I'm going to let the ball go out of play now because don't forget, we've just put the tactics on. It takes about a couple of minutes or so in-game for the tactics to change. In fact, let's just force it, to be honest. Let's put this out for a throw-in. So now you can see we've got slow build-up activated now. Okay, now watch. We're going to defend normally, just as we do. Now, we're going to let ourselves progressively build up. Just going to defend here. Some nice shot cancels. A little mechanic abuse over here. Now watch. Players are still moving forward. The strikers are still moving forward. And if you want to force it, you can just do 1-2s, L1 triggers, and make the team aggressive when you want to. Do you see that? But the problem is that let's say you're playing long ball, for example, right? Or fast build-up play or something of that nature, right? Is your team are just one speed. They're just always moving slowly. And balanced is a bit of both. But why not just have it slow build-up play the entire time? And then when you need to, then you activate the L1 triggers. Then you can force the play for yourself. Because that's really the way to go, as opposed to the other way around. Gonna run back here with Tierney. Nice slide tackle. Tomiyasu, perfect. And you can see, look, plays in the correct position at the right time there. And we've got balance on our attack as well, don't forget as well. So when we're in the final third, it's more to do with balance as opposed to anything else. I think it's trying to do a disgusting meta through ball, I'm sure everyone knows of. But again, here, watch. Watch how I use the 1-2s to force the player to do the movement. You see that? I'm forcing the player to do it. I'm not relying on AI to do it. And you can see, look, when I do this, slow build-up play, it's irrelevant. Because the players are still moving quickly because I'm forcing them to do it. And that's why I really, really like it. A tackle by Tomiyasu. I love the ball to that end. And as you see, because of slow build-up play, it gives me more passing options on a short angle. And then when I need to, I use the L1 trigger and then I can just pounce. Ball there to Cancelo. And I think that's just a bit too much. I actually mistimed that shot completely. That was meant to be a green time shot. I ended up just messing it up. I'm waiting for that pass and the goalkeeper movement. So I just saw Eusebio there. I knew he was trying to pass the ball to him. I was waiting to know when. Nice ball over there. L1 trigger again. And again, I can just force the play when I want to. I can force Hakimi to come out over there. 2. Pass Nola. No CDM here. It's just going to run back with Tierney. Got Kakare playing centre back, I believe. We'll play from Kakare. 1-2s. As you can see, look, if you look at this, it's not even slow build-up play. It's a very, very balanced tactic. You can see what a touch there that was from Mbappe. Big one way. The problem is, I think this year I overplay it way too much inside the box. I try to just... It's kind of illogical for me to shoot without facing... without... How do I say this? It's illogical for me. Let me just defend this first. It's illogical for me to shoot first time. It doesn't comprehend in my brain. It doesn't make sense. My brain just can't register it. So that does happen. But you see a slow build-up play. You see he was pressing me. It was quite easy to get past the press because players weren't making runs on their own. Even though the left mid and right mid are balanced, you can see the slow build-up play really does take that. Okay, let's take the shot now. Should be a goal. Oh, well. That might just be one of the shortest videos ever. So I actually don't know what I can do now to fill up the time. But I think what I'm going to do now is normally I show you the highlights at the end of the game and I'll walk you through those. But I think this might just be an end, probably an early video. I think before we get on to that, I just want to show you something on a tactical board. Okay, so there's no highlights. So we can try looking for the highlights, but I don't think there is any. But you can see with slow build-up play, let's just say you're using a 4-2-3-1 or anything of that nature, right? Whatever you use, the players, they just don't surge forward. And you can always trigger this yourself manually. If I draw this out over here, you can always trigger this out manually yourself. So you can always make them go forward you want to. But you see with long ball, they just go forward all the time. Fast play, they're just way too quick. With balanced, it's a good combination of both. But if you're getting pressed, they still make runs going forward. And that is why it is very, very important to use slow build-up play. A very, very underrated tactic. Now, one thing I just want to show you finally is, well, unfortunately, there's no match highlights at all. So I can't even show. I wanted to show you the match highlights. But I think that is pretty much done. But anyway, one thing I wanted to show you as well is that let's say you're playing, for example, a team. Let's say they're playing a 4-4-2. The biggest and the most hardest thing to face is that, let's say, if your opponent, if you have the ball, let's say with your number 2, or let's say your defender in this case, is that when you're getting pressed, especially if your opponent's playing a 4-4-2, you've actually got not very many options, especially with constant pressure. It's because your opponent is dressed something like this, and you're getting man marked like that, and that therefore it's really hard to break through. But with slow build-up play, it allows you to create those triangles, and then if you need to, you can always just do a 1-2. And that player makes a run, or you can send a player going forward with an L1 trigger. So it actually does make it a bit more easier for you to go forward as well. That's what I wanted to mention in terms of that. But that is pretty much the video done. And I'll show you just a brief explanation on the tactics while we're here actually as well. Back to the team. And again, the team doesn't matter too much as well. But if we go here to the tactics, we can see, for example, slow build-up play. Players will support more players will support more in attacking build-up play rather than going on forward runs. This tactic strengthens a short pass game, but will cause your team to take longer to build up. So yes, although it takes you longer to build up, you can do those 1-2s and you can do those triggers between these players manually. And that is why I've said it's the best of both worlds. It's kind of like, think of it like possession, okay? People like say, okay, hey, no, why don't you use possession anymore? Because possession on the higher level, it's a very, very good tactic to use. But all possession does in the final third is it brings players towards you and it doesn't help you actually create chances. Because people don't use 1-2s and L1 triggers effectively. And that is why you're better off using balanced or whatever. And that's one with possession. So think of like possession, similar to slow build-up play. Although it's increasingly could be known as a negative, it's beneficial because you can use L1 triggers. And of course, you can push those players going forward. I wouldn't recommend... I would recommend forward runs and direct passing or balance with slow build-up play. I definitely won't recommend possession. Contrary to belief, remember, to create space, you want to push players away, not bring them close. This is actually invite more pressure. Hence, I wouldn't recommend slow build-up play and possession. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Just a quick one. It's not a 20-minute video that we normally do because, of course, the guy quitted and the game ended. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And, of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace.